Greetings, Earthlings. I have another update from the Absurdium for you. Now, you're obviously all aware that the peace president has lied once again and is now dragging the world into WW3 with their amazing attacks on the nuclear facilities in Iran of apparently being obliterated. In particular, Fordo. Well, I'm here to tell you that their bomb damage assessment is wrong. Okay, the multi ordnance penetrator, the MOP, the GBU-57, cannot penetrate in a single bomb unit far enough into Fordo, into the mounting to destroy the facility. Now, we have the satellite images which show 6 craters. They're all separated, they're close together, but in order to penetrate Fordo, you would have to get 3 MOPs into the same hole. That's impossible. A B2 can't carry that off because they're dumb bombs, they just drop. Okay, so Trump and pissed up Pete Hegseth saying that it's been decimated, you're being propagandized, it's bullshit. Also, the Iranians are not fucking stupid. Trump telegraphed that attack, saying, "Oh, 2 weeks, maybe I will, maybe I won't." Obviously, he was gonna he was gonna attack the nuclear facilities. They removed the enriched uranium, and that is going to be way beyond the reach of them. My guess is that they've taken it to one of the underground missile cities, of which there are many, and to understand that when Israel says they've greatly depleted their missile stocks, like they've bombed the shit out of them, they're talking out of their ass. Okay, this is from the Iranians, just so you can understand that they've not been sitting on their hands for 40 years. They knew that this was coming at some point. Okay, what do you know about Iranian underground missile cities? Iran's underground missile cities are located 500 meters beneath the earth and are absolutely undetectable by enemy satellites. No bomb, not even a nuclear bomb, is capable of destroying these cities. The scale and number of these facilities are so vast that to grasp their magnitude, it suffices to know that Iranians have not halted excavation work for these underground cities for 40 years without a single day's interruption. Now, I've seen footage of one of the underground cities, and they're not joking. Okay? If Israel thinks that this is going to be an easy win for them, they are badly miscalculated here. Now, the other thing is that we're living in a world that's completely upside down. Iran was signed up to the Non-Proliferation Treaty. Both US intelligence and the IAEA have said that Iran is not developing nuclear weapons. There has been a fatwa in place by the Supreme Leader since 2002 or 2003. The only place that this intelligence is coming from, that they have them, is from Benjamin Netanyahu. And he's been banging this drum since 1984, and he is the same arsehole that told us that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction, which we all know now turned out to be absolute shash. So what is this really about? Well, Pete Hegseth says it's not about regime change. And then Trump says, well, we are considering regime change. Now, you see how the push me, pull me thing, they want to constantly try and confuse you as to what the agenda actually is. It has nothing to do with them having nukes because they don't have nukes. However, Iran is quickly realizing that being signed up to the Non-Proliferation Treaty does not protect them against Israel, which does have nukes. They also have something called the Samsung option, which means that they will use them if they have no other options. But they don't even acknowledge having nukes, but it's the worst kept secret in the world. They have nukes. This is not up for debate. I don't care what the fucking BBC website wants to tell you. They have nukes, and one of the spies that helped them get the nuclear materials was in jail for like 20 years or something in the US. Now he's backing Israel warmongering. Okay? You can look this up for yourself. It's absolutely factual. Israel has nukes and they won't declare them and they are not signed up to the NPT. So what's Iran going to do? Smart Money says they're going to pull out of the NPT, either develop a nuke themselves or multiple nuclear capable countries have offered to supply Iran with nuclear warheads. Trump has lit the blue touch paper for World War III. That's what he's done. For a rogue regime that is out of control, has had 77 years of impunity, has never been forced to use soft power and to negotiate and use diplomacy. They only use command power, so they will only respond to violence. What do you think's going to happen here? Pakistan knows it's next on the list. Turkey is getting worried that they're next on the list. So now everybody's saying, well, being signed up to the NPT is not a deterrent to being attacked. So we all need nukes. The other option that Iran has is, and they've already passed a vote on this, they're just waiting for the green light from Khamenei, and that is to block and close the Strait of Hormuz, which will send oil prices spiraling out of control. And that will have a massive negative effect on our economy, which is still struggling to get out of the effects of COVID. So Russia and China are already assisting, but passively. This is probably the beginning of World War III, and we're going to have to accept that because the US and Israel are batshit fucking crazy and they are demonic. Okay? This doesn't end well for any of us. And the fact that the lackeys and thugs are already falling into line with statements from Mark Carney and from Keir Starmer, verbatim identical statements that were obviously handed to them by the US, they're going to make the same mistake that they did in Iraq.